I'm chatting today with David Dossett, the man behind Froid'Art, a unique display of artwork that brightens the wintry streets of downtown Kingston. For the past 10 years, David has teamed up with local artists to organize this outdoor glowing ice art exhibit. Hello, David.
Hi, thank you for having me.
How are you today?
Good, a little windy today, but yeah, I survived.
Well, it is froid.
Yes.
Now, Froid'Art translates as cold art.
Yes.
What is cold art?
So basically these are 300-pound blocks of ice with art inserted in them. The art in the past has been on plexiglass, which I handed over to artists. They painted on it, handed it back. This year I thought we'd try something a little different. We'd still use art from the artists, they're all local artists, but I would get the digital version of it and then arrange to get it transferred onto the plexiglass. In either of those cases, what we do after that is we have to send it to a special location, Hensel, Ontario, which is near London, Ontario. And over a period of several days, they freeze it so that it isn't quick frozen and cloudy like the ice cubes in your refrigerator. It is clear, almost perfectly crystal clear. So it has kind of a warbly effect when you look at it. So these blocks, they weigh 300 pounds. They are delivered, they were delivered on the 24th. I put them in place. So the 25th, they were all in place, all 10 of them. And they are in 3 locations downtown. In front of the Tourist Information Center, the Visitor Center, across from City Hall. There are 2 of them there. There are 5 of them just off Brock Street in Rushlow Court, you know, where the BMO Nesbitt Burns building is, kind of in the beside the Black Dog back patio. There are 5 of them there. And there are 3, the last 3 are at Martello Alley.
And you said they were 300 pounds?
300 pounds each, yes.
And how big is that as far as?
Well, if you're looking at it here, it would actually be the size of this table, but inverted. That would be pretty close to the size of it, almost exactly.
And they're illuminated?
They're illuminated. So even during the day, you can see a light on them. I set rope lights under them when possible. The one that, the 2 that are at the Visitor Center, they already have soffit lights above. So they're illuminated at night, so you can see them. It's kind of neat.
You came up with this concept 10 years ago. What prompted you to put art in blocks of ice?
Well, art's always been kind of a hobby of mine, and my wife and I were talking, because my wife at the time was teaching full-time. She's retired now, but her colleagues had asked her what gym she goes to, because they want to go to her gym with her. And she said, I don't go to gym, I just walk. And when she told me that she was going to be walking, and this is in November, walking after dinner, just to let me know, you know, she's going to go walking with her friends. I said, well, after Christmas, when all the lights come in, it's going to be really dark. You know, it's really odd, I said, because we have the spring, summer, and fall art events outside, but nothing in the winter. Wouldn't it be nice to have a winter lit up walkway with art? And she said that it would get vandalized. And I thought, well, maybe you could freeze it. So I looked into this, and there was a company called Ice Culture in Hensel, Ontario. And they were the ones, at the time there was this commercial for the Canadian Tire ice truck where they were trying to demonstrate how their battery would start even in frigid temperatures. So they built a truck out of ice and started the battery and demonstrated that it could work. So I thought, those are the people. So when I approached them, they were kind of surprised because no one's ever done that. They usually carve ice. We don't carve it. We just freeze it. And that's how it started.
Can you tell me a little bit about the artists that are featured?
Okay, well, I can tell you a few. I'm in it, of course. Peter Balicki, he's actually, he worked for Walt Disney Studio. He worked on Mulan, Pocahontas, and Lion King as an animator, but he lives in Kingston now with his family. He's a very talented artist, and his work is there. We have Leith Janin. She did a beautiful piece. It's a loon. And Lucy D'Souza, she did a beautiful piece there. That one is in Rushlow Court. The previous one is in Martello Alley. We have quite an interesting selection. And they're all there. If you go to our website or you go to actually our social media, you will see videos and pictures of daytime and nighttime, how it got set up, We have a lot of documentation. I've been taking lots of pictures because it's really stunning. It really is. And we even have 3D views, so they could go there and kind of walk around and see the whole thing up close and far away. We'll be having drone photography done soon as well, again this year. So there are lots of ways to experience it, you know, if you're sitting in front of your computer or watching on your phone. But I think it's really, you know, important to come out and see it, because you won't believe, you know, it's really, really stunning.
And so if people do want to see this art, what is the time frame? How long will those blocks of ice be out there?
Well, I can't. It depends on the weather.
Okay.
And I suggest to people that they come sooner than later. They can always come again. If they come at night, parking is free on street and in the lots almost always after 5:30. So that's the time to see it. It's all lit up. If they're coming to the alley, just let me know. We can make sure we can have the gate open for you. But the gate isn't locked at night. They can actually walk in. And please take pictures. And I want people to know that sometimes it may snow. We've had people in the past who've been disappointed because they saw the block of ice, but it was all covered with snow, you know, when they went to see it. Well, if there's snow on it, just brush it off. You don't want to go home disappointed.
So the objective is to get people to come downtown, enjoy a nice walk,
Yes.
see some art, and enjoy a nice evening out in downtown Kingston.
Certainly.
Now, what happens when the ice melts?
We can take the art out.
Take the
So
art
the
out?
art survives, yeah, in almost all cases, unless someone's come in and tried to break it. But it usually survives pretty well. And then the people who sponsor the art, like they partially sponsor it. You know, they help defray some of the costs. They get to keep the piece of art. We are still looking for some sponsors too. Downtown Kingston's kindly sponsored 4 blocks. We have BMO Nesbitt Burns, who sponsored a block, and also Visit Kingston sponsored a block.
Thanks very much for coming in.
There, thank you very much.